Hi everybody, Alex Explorer here from Expert Forex, and in this video we are looking for 17 traders that have $2,000 or more to trade the Forex market. And if you qualify, you might find this video very interesting. Now in this video I'm going to show you how you can use that $2,000 and turn it into the equivalent of $200,000 of trading capital. Then I'm going to show you a profitable way of using that money by only using your common sense and logic, so you don't need trading ability. And then if there are those that are very hands-on, I'm going to show you how to use a trading robot, a very simple robot, to provide a very nice return on your money. So let's go right into it. Now the way you can use simple logic and common sense is to take part in our Link to Success service. That way you don't have to become an expert trader. All you do is you link your account to expert traders that are doing well and have a really successful track record. Now on your screen you can see the web page for the service. I'm not going to go through it in detail, but I will show you one of the added things that we provide users of the service, and that is we have example portfolios. But these have been running for the last 8 to 9 weeks, and let's go and have a look at how well these portfolios are doing. And to do that, you go to this section which is about the portfolios, and here is this week's suggested portfolio. But if you want to have a look at how well these portfolios have performed in the past, we have many portfolios that have been example portfolios and are actually doing extremely well. All you have to do is you click on this example portfolios link, and it takes you to the page that really details all the linked account portfolios. Now the idea of these portfolios is not to say that you should be investing in a particular portfolio, but it does provide details about some accounts that are doing extremely well, and it shows the results if you had invested in those particular accounts when the example portfolio was presented. And at the moment it's been presented on a weekly basis. We might extend that to a fortnightly basis. So let's have a look. So here you can see there are 9 portfolios that have traded so far, and overall the results have been 8%. Now remember, on average this covers a 4 to 5 week period, because you have some that are 9 weeks and you have others that are 1 week. So that is an 8% return over a pretty short period of time. And then if we look at the actual portfolios, we can see that there's a success rate of 76%. So 76% of these accounts are positive and favorable and are producing really good results. And here you can see the return of each of the portfolios. There's the percentage. We've got one that hasn't done well. In fact, that one has had 2 blown accounts, and yet it is only 24% down. Really, portfolio trading is really the way to go. All of the rest are positive with really good success rates. You can see there are 2 there that have 100% success rate. And then if we look at the actual accounts that are doing well, that are from these portfolios, we see some really great accounts. And here you can see accounts that have made 56% return in two weeks. 53% return in 6 weeks, 42% in 4 weeks, 32% in 8 weeks, and so on. So here again, the idea is to highlight the accounts that are already performing well over a long period of time. I mean, look at that one. 8 weeks it's been going and has produced a 32% return. So all of this is to help you select robust accounts to follow. Now this summarizes the portfolio performance, but if you want to have a look at each portfolio, you just need to scroll down, and for instance there's week 1, the one that was created on the 16th of February, and there you can see there's a 20% return in spite of one of the accounts failing badly. but there are other accounts that are helping it recover. So have a look at these particular portfolios. They are fantastic. We just saw one 19%, 1.3%, 6%, 25% return, 16% return, and 21% return. And then here is the portfolio that's failing. It's had 2 blown accounts. Thank you to Donald Trump, but it only has a minus 20% return. Then the newer ones, 11% return there, and the latest one after only 1 week is now sitting at 13% return. So the returns are fantastic. If you then go into the actual accounts that are doing well, you should be in a position to take that $2,000 that I spoke about in the beginning of the video and allocate it to these type of accounts. You can see some of the accounts only need $300. Others, however, need $10,000. But I'm going to show you how to take that $2,000 and turn it into tradable capital, $200,000, which will make it very easy for you to follow these portfolios. Now this leads me into the next topic. If you don't want to follow really competent traders, really competent robot traders, you want to do your own trading, then the first thing that I would recommend is that you consider this Grid Generation 3 robot. It is really a fantastic robot and extremely simple to work and very affordable robot. So this one has produced some really nice returns. There you see this one is 56% return in only 2 weeks. So that's the potential that this Grid Gen 3 robot has. And I'll just take you to that webpage to give you an idea of what is involved. So there are various generations of the Grid Trader. There's the free simple one, there's the Generation 2, and now we have the Generation 3, and you can see the fantastic results that are being created by that particular one. But the beauty of these Grid Traders are they are so simple. And let me give you an idea of the most advanced one, which is the Generation 3. And there we are, Generation 3. It only has 4 settings. So all you have to tell it is the grid size, the percentage change you want to make to grid sizes if the market starts running, and then the lot sizing that you're going to use, and when you have a number of open deals, how to close them, at what profit the EA should close it. So 4 simple settings can get you going when using this particular robot. Now here's a portfolio of 20 of these robots being traded, 20, and on average the portfolio is producing 44% return. So if you don't want to follow the link service, you can purchase the EA and trade it for yourself. We are using the suggested settings that are built into the actual EA. So again, you don't have to optimize, you don't have to know much about the trading. All you do is follow the settings that are provided. And you can see the drawdowns are pretty low and the gains are nice and high. And then if we look at the actual portfolio, and here is the portfolio, there are the accounts that are being traded, you can see that they are all positive. Look at that. The equity all started at $300. So when it's above 300, it's positive, and there are 3 accounts that are marginally negative. But the gains, if you look at the gains on the ones that are doing well, are so high, just one of those gains covers all the negatives in this portfolio. So now you've started to get an idea of how you can use that $2,000 we spoke about earlier in the video. But portfolio trading is important. Now, with $200,000, sometimes you cannot split the trading up into enough accounts to balance the risk. We want to take that $2,000 and look at ways of stretching that $2,000. So if we go back to the link service, you will see here that the capital required to trade the various accounts on the linked service. I'm talking about the linked service now. And you can see some are nice and small, $300, some are $1,000, and the majority are $10,000. So how are you going to trade those $10,000 with a $2,000 account? Firstly, although this says $10,000, if you look at the actual trading that's happened, you will see that the lot sizing is divisible by 10. So it means that you don't have to have 10,000. You can also use a $1,000 account. So that's one way of stretching your trading capital. But here is the best one. Okay, so let's have a look at how you can turn that $2,000 that you have into effectively trading capital of $200,000. Okay, so let's have a look at how we can turn that $2,000 that we mentioned earlier in the video to effectively $200,000 using cent accounts. Now that's what cent accounts actually do. They are special accounts that have been created by the brokers, that where the broker looks at your contribution, which is, let's say, $2,000, and it says, no, you haven't given me $2,000, you've given me 200,000 cents, and they reflect that in the trading account. So your account looks like it's got 200,000 cents in it. And the trick here is that the robots then get tricked into thinking that it's trading 200,000 cents, when in fact it's only trading $2,000. Now this helps a lot when you go into portfolios. Let's have a look at the balances that you need to trade portfolios. Now just looking at that summary I showed you earlier about the linked accounts, you can see the total investment required for all of these portfolios that we're talking about here was $242,000. Now, nobody can really trade that amount unless they use cent accounts. So in terms of cent accounts, that is equal to $2,400. Big difference that allows you to trade these big portfolios. But remember, the same applies when you withdraw the money. The broker says, okay, there's your balance. And in fact, remember, that balance is cents, and I'm going to pay you in as if those are cents. So it gets converted back to, let's say, real money. Now here's a simple example of a cent account, and you can see there the currency is the euro yen, and there's a little C behind. This broker designates cent accounts currencies to have a C behind it. There we are. And this account is very good. It's had a return of 62% in only 33 days. Again, fantastic return. And guess which one it's trading? It's trading the simple grid generation 3. So this is very powerful EA. And it's shown as a real account because this is real money that we've put in. But guess what? We only put in $3. $3. The $3 became $300. So this account started with $300, which are in fact 300 cents because it's $3, and it has grown to $486 $6 in the account. That's what the robot looks at, but in fact it's only $4.86. That's how cent accounts work. They've been created for this particular purpose, where people want to trade huge portfolios. They can use them there. And they also have been created for what I'm showing you here, is for testing strategies on live accounts. And there is the real account. Okay, so let's have a look at the objectives we had in the beginning of the video. I did now show you how to turn $2,000 into $200,000 with trading capital, effectively trading capital. Then I've shown you through the linking service how you can just use your logic and common sense to select accounts to link your capital to. Then I've also shown you the grid generation 3 EA, which is a nice simple EA, but it is generating phenomenal results. So there we are. If you've got $2,000 in your bank account or in your broker account, here are some alternatives for you to consider. As always, links to anything mentioned in this video will be in the description of the video as well as in the commentary of the video. Links to more information about cent accounts will also be in the description and first commentary. So from me, Alex Deploy, cheerio. Just a reminder to join our expert Forex community of over 30,000 Forex traders. It is free, so don't miss out on any new developments. A link is in the description of the video.